How are we all today? I am live, and hopefully you can hear me and see me fine. But I put a puzzle in the shot. There we go. Rather than just a blank black canvas. All right, we've got a few people here. I am a minute late. I do apologise. So I'm going to just scroll back and say hi from my iPad so I can see who's here. Hello, Puzzling Peggy. Oh, it's early for you. Goodness me. Thank you for being here. Afternoon, Claudia. Hi, Gryffindor. Don't forget to like. Thank you so much. um, how's ours today? Done. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thanks, Claudia. We have a good sampling of time zones already. I know, and only 3 people have said so far. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Who else have we got? Don't forget to switch to live chat. Thank you for the reminder, Puzzling Peggy. I have done that, although it's still top chat on my laptop screen. Do you know what's funny as well? When I set this one up, I noticed there was an option to change it to live chat, and it still defaulted. So I don't really see the point of that, but there we have it. Who am I? It's always amazing to interact with people all around the world. It's Switzerland sunny. Oh, nice, good. I'm glad you got some sunshine. And it is. I agree with you, Claudia. Hello, Suze. And we have Sybil. Hello to Sybil. Who else do we have? Slitherpuff and Helen are both here. Hello to you. Hello, Anita. Hi, Clark. Sam's here. Hello to Sam. See him here okay. Good, good, good. That's good. Thank you so much. I went backwards now. My iPad has this annoying tendency to like shove it to the end, the chat, which is kind of annoying. But anyway, I think I've got everyone so far. So far. I hope we're all doing well. So it turns out I could live stream today, which is great. And I'm really pleased that I was able to, because the bathroom got done a lot faster than I was expecting, but not quite fast enough really to put a poll up for puzzles. But there is a very specific reason I went with this one, and I'll explain that in a wee second. Won't be talking much, working on the water portal. Oh, nice! Gotta get it finished before the live stream. Lovely. I love that portal. I've almost finished that one. How was it? Are you talking about Cardiff? It was great. It was really great. And we'll talk about that as well. Hi, Jasmine. And hello to Siobhan. How you doing, Siobhan? You did the dog version of this one and loved it. And they're so funny, aren't they? This artist, Nia Gould, she's called. And the art cats are just hilarious. I've got loads of mini Monopoly puzzles. I was extremely fortunate. I won a giveaway. It's the only one I've ever won. I won an Instagram giveaway, where they were giving away 10 Happily Minis. It was not long after they brought out the Happily Minis, and I won 10 of them. And and then I've bought more since then, and I feel like I'm sort of attempting to collect all the cats because they're just so fun. Some of them I've done as minis. So Vincent Catgoff there, I've done that one as a mini. I've done Kitagawa Hiroshiga as a mini. I don't think I've done any of the others. Um, I don't think I've done any of the others. But that's fine, you know. I wouldn't have wanted it that I'd done them all in the mini version, but I've definitely done those two. And look, we've even got a Keith Haring cat. This was called Keith Hairball. Ah, just love it. Just love it. Anyway, it's a very cute puzzle. It really is. Hello, Cuddly Bear. How are you? Yes. Oh, I will definitely talk about Cardiff. Don't worry about that. I will talk about Cardiff. So, but before I do that, I'm going to just talk about this puzzle a little bit, and I'll get it opened up and start. I don't know how I'm going to build it. Maybe sort, maybe just shuffle. I'll see. But This is a puzzle by Happily Puzzles. It's a British brand. And I've done Happily Puzzles before. As I say, I've got a few minis. I've also done 1,000 piece. I've done I think it's called In the 80s. They have these like decades ones. There's also in the 90s, and I think there might be a 70s one as well. A lot of their puzzles are also portrait, but they're all collages. Don't know if they brought out any non-collage puzzles. But the vast majority of them are collage puzzles, which is fine. It's just kind of you sort of recognize a happily from that. They're quite recognizable. And I believe they have a sort of mission to use sort of no plastic. Um so I mean I'll look at the back very quickly. Happily make your brain smile. You know that last puzzle piece feeling. We love that feeling, and it turns out our brains do too. So we make puzzles to maximize mental well-being. Our collage style, so it talks about it there, gives you that satisfying last piece many times over. We choose high colour contrast to give your left and right brain hemispheres a workout, and we add just enough shape recognition to promote meditative brainwaves. Oh, and naturally, we use award winning illustrators and photographers because puzzles should look nice, obviously. The result fun puzzles that generate all the zen without the yoga mat. So there we go. Made in the Netherlands using vegetable-based ink, 100% recycled board, sustainably sourced paper, and zero plastic. So yes, I was right. So that's great. I really like that. They've kind of everything's got this sort of brain health kind of purpose to it, which is really, really good. And then this bit talks about the artist. So it says, meet the artist. Nia Gould's work cleverly combines cat art and humour. She has a feline-focused store stocking a range of products from prints, cards, and accessories featuring well-known artists and popular icons. Check out her stuff at niaski.co.uk. So there we have it. Happily Puzzles. Now, um, the reason I chose this puzzle, I bought this in December last year. I bought this myself. Found it in Waterstones in Glasgow. I was Christmas shopping with the kids, and Glasgow's bigger than Stirling, so the Waterstones was bigger, and it had puzzles. It had happily puzzles in. Now our local Waterstones have puzzles, but it doesn't have happily. So I was really pleased to see them in there, and I saw this one, and I was like, I'm going to buy that for myself. This is going to be a Christmas present for me. So I bought it. But I was having a conversation fairly recently with Donna Louise, who's coming to the UK for the UK Nationals. And she's coming up to Scotland afterwards to do some puzzling with me, which is brilliant. I can't wait for that. But she sent me a message and she said, do you want me to bring any Peace House puzzles? I've got some Peace House puzzles. They're a New Zealand brand. Would you like me to bring some? These are what I've got. Now I have again, unfortunate. I've done Peace House before. Oh, I do apologise, Peggy. Waterstones is a bookshop here in the UK. There's a chain, so there's loads of them all over the UK. But it's called Waterstones, and it's primarily a bookshop, but they do like puzzles, and they do. It's a little bit like Barnes and Noble. It's that kind of thing. And it's called Waterstones. So, um, as I say, I've been fortunate enough to do Peace House puzzles. Sandra gifted me a couple of Peace House puzzles, but Donna Louise had one that I really liked. So I said, yeah, please bring that one. That'd be lovely. And then I said, are there any UK brands that you haven't done before? And she has done a few, but she had never done a Happily puzzle. And I said, I've got a Happily puzzle, which you are welcome to do once I've finished it. And she was like, great. And I think she'll love Happily, and I think she'll love this one. Um, so that's why I've chosen to do this one because I want to get it done before Donna Louise comes, obviously. And I've got a wee bit of time, but because I didn't have time for a poll, I just thought, well, I might as well just do this one. So eventually this will go back to New Zealand with Donna Louise, and she will give me a peace house and we'll do a wee swap. So that's the reason I chose this one. That and the fact that it's just cool. Right, let's go back and see what everybody else is saying. Um, hope you're all good. I'm good. Can't stay, but hello and press like, please. Hello, Purple Cat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dropped in to tell people to press like. I love that. Nice to see you. Have a good day. I'm well. How are you? This is a cute puzzle. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And it is. It's such a fun puzzle. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. It's a chain of bookstores. Yes, that's right. That's right. Thanks to PC and Vicky. Well, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Vicky, I always spell it like my sister-in-law's name. Sorry. That's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. I get many spellings of my name, or at least Vicky. Victoria is usually, you know, always spelt right, but nobody really calls me Victoria, at least not many people. Um, but Vicky, yeah, I get all sorts, but it's fine, don't worry. Have you done a puzzle from Magnolia? It's a Turkish brand, high quality. I love them. I'm working on one called Marrakesh. I have not, but I do have one in my collection, courtesy of Purple Cat, who sent me a bunch of puzzles right before Christmas, and there was a magnolia in there. I can't wait to do it. I've wanted to do a magnolia for quite a while, and I saw a magnolia when I went to America last year, and I was really tempted to bring one back with me, but I couldn't bring loads, and there were so many choices. I ended up bringing back an Art and Fable, um, and I think there was yeah, there was a couple of Ravensburgers, but yeah, and then I was regretting it for a while, not bringing one back. And then I got one from Purple Cat, so I was so happy. I was so happy to receive that because I wasn't expecting it. And I was just like, it's got a dragon on it too, so that's even better. Uh, Morning, Sonia. How are you? All right, let's take the lid off. No plastic stickers holding it down. Yes. I'm gonna grab my box lid holder. Um, and we have, ooh, very crinkly. We have a paper bag. I'm gonna pour the pieces in. Beautiful. No poster. I mean that's okay. You know that it necessarily needs one. It is clear. The image is clear on the front of the box. It's not obscured in any way. Although it did come with a sticker on it, which covered the cat in the bottom right corner, but it peeled off easily. It was just the sticker that said "Happily Puzzles." So now we can see the whole thing. So that's fine. Not a problem. And here we have the pieces. Nice chunky pieces, happily puzzles, and they have a like a woven finish to them, which I really like. I really like that a lot. With happily. So I'm looking forward to doing this. Good chunky pieces. Um, all the different shapes, which as it said on the box. Um, well, I say all the different shapes. Let's see. Sometimes they don't have the 4 outs and 4 ins. I can't remember from. It's been a while since I've done a happily. So we've got a standard there. We've got a 3 ins, 1 out, 2 ins, 2 out adjacent. Uh, Edges, obviously. Now then, can't find a 3 outs, 1 in. Ah, there's one. Uh, Yet to find a 4 in and yet to find a 4 out. They might be. They might have them. Let's two together there. Let's see. See if I can find any. No, can't find any. But that's just from a very quick shuffle. There might be some in here. I'm not sure. But still a good range of the shapes. I'm gonna take that apart. Uh, oh, it's just attached a wee bit on the prong. It's fine. It came apart fine. There's another one there. So, okay. I this is a collage, so I don't know if I want to sort it. It would make sense to sort it by cat. There are 15 cats. It's quite a lot of piles for a 1,000 piece puzzle. I'm spotting these red spotty ones. That's Yayoi Kat Sama. Not that one. These two. One here. So maybe I'll just shuffle. Maybe I'll just shuffle and find a bunch. And I'll pull out the edges. Now the edges are white, so I mean, but they do have some of the colour block behind them. So they might not be too tough to do, the edges, and of course the bottom edge has the names as well. So how about I just start having a shuffle? I might get out writing pieces and just take it from there. I do quite like to shuffle a puzzle every now and again, do a wee shuffle build. And we'll see. We'll see how I get on. We'll see how I get on. So I'll stop and look at the chat briefly in a second, and then when I've caught up, I'll talk a bit about Cardiff. I would like to do a video on that, so I can go into more detail. But it was a great weekend. It was such a great weekend. Really, really well organized. The live stream was brilliant. Like it was just great. It was just I had a really fun time. Um, it's kind of a shame it was just one day because I felt like I could have, I could have stayed longer, or they could have maybe split it over a couple of days because it was quite a sort of jam-packed day of puzzling. And so it was. Sorry, I'm just checking. I think the blue background's a top right cat, although there is a blue background behind Vincent Cat Goff, but it's slightly lighter blue. Um, Maybe not actually. Yes, very, very slightly lighter. I'll just grab blue. Um, so yeah, it was a really busy day, really jam packed, and it was obviously a long way to go for me. So, would have been cool for it to have been maybe slightly longer, I mean, it's good to be home. It's good to be home and back with wee Gracie again. Right, got these black pieces. Oh, that's Keith Hairball one. There's like Keith Haring style cats in the background. And it's black and white. So it's just hilarious. Keith Hairball. That's that one. Roy Kittenstein. That's that one. And I think there's a couple of Vincent Catgoffs in there as well, the background. Some more black backgrounds, although there's some black cats, so this is kind of a rough shuffle sort. I'm sort of going by colour, but feel like it doesn't need to be overly precise, and I will soon figure out what belongs where. If it's in the wrong pile, I'll soon figure it out. If that makes sense. But I'll just do a good bit more shuffling until I've got some more pieces, and then I can start to build. Um, Hello, Sonia. 3:43. I know. That's insane. It's too early. It's going to be a long day. I'm going to take a shower and start the coffee, but I will be lurking. Gosh, you're going to need the coffee at this rate. That's crazy. I watched the live stream, although not live. Yeah, it was really good. It's really good. They've obviously made a lot of changes to that, which I think worked so well. 8-hour trip to see mum, sadly with my foot, won't happen soon. Oh my gosh. An 8 hour, were you supposed to go and now you can't, or are you wanting to? 8 hours, blimey. That's how long it took me to get to and from Cardiff. Like 8 hours each way, 7.5. I mean, a lot depends on the connections with the trains. Thankfully, our trains were all running to time and so on, but it can be a bit of a nightmare. So So yeah, so Cardiff. So for those of you that don't know, the UKJPA, UK Jigsaw Puzzle Association, held like a regional speed puzzling competition. I think their aim is to do it in the different countries. So obviously nationals is in England. Um, they've just done Cardiff, which is Wales. It's the capital of Wales. They haven't said anything about Scotland yet, but I'm really hoping that they sort something out soon for that. Obviously, being in Scotland myself, it would be nice not to have to trek everywhere on a train. But I'm sure it will come soon. Now, I think Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, have I don't know if it's an offshoot of the UKJPA or if it's just kind of a completely separate thing, and they work together, but there is an Ireland Jigsaw Puzzle Association, and they're running one in Dublin. Um, not sure when that is. That's not one I'll be going to, but that should be good. So again, I don't know if they will eventually do one in Northern Ireland, and hopefully they'll do one in Scotland. We shall see. But anyway, the Cardiff one was in Wales, and that was this last weekend. It was the very first one, so hopefully they'll do more. Um, and it was sponsored by Ravensburger, so it was Ravensburger Puzzles in the competition. So I got to see several people that I met at the London Toy Fair from Ravensburger again, and that was lovely to see them. And actually, they had a shop. They had like a pop-up shop, which is pretty normal for the competitions. But they had a table with some of the what's coming soon stuff, including um the big 40k Pokemon box was there. It was there on display. So they decided to put that out there now since it was kind of revealed at Nuremberg. Um, so that was really nice. I mean, I'd seen a lot of them at the London Toy Fair, but it was really, really cool to have that, to be able to see what's come in and just get excited all over again. And I did buy a couple of puzzles, which I will reveal in the video. Just small ones, no large piece counts. But I did buy a couple of puzzles, and there were all three categories. And the order they did it was pairs first, then teams, and then they did solos last, which I really quite liked. Um, sorry, I was just concentrating there, which I really quite liked. I feel like no, I'm not a person that gets super worked up about puzzle competitions. I get like a wee level of nerves, but nothing major, and I don't feel like it affects my performance. Um, so I'm generally quite calm and just really happy to be there. But I can imagine for people that do get sort of really nervous, I can imagine starting with the pairs, and certainly this was the case for me as well. Starting with the pairs just made the whole thing like because you're puzzling with somebody else, and presumably you get on with the person, and you're chatting with the person, and I mean, for me and Sarah and for our teammates, it was a really good laugh, and it just helped keep everything really relaxed. It almost takes away from the fact that you're in a competition because it just feels like you're puzzling with some pals. And I liked that they did it in that order. But I was tired by the time the solos rolled around. That's the Keith Haring one. Um, I was tired, and it was a pretty jam-packed day. There was like not loads of time between categories, and in that time you had to sort of try and find food. And of course, I was chatting with people. I was meeting people, and so yeah, it was very very um filled with puzzling and not a lot else. But that's why we were there, I guess. Mm. So I puzzled with Sarah in my um, pairs round. And Sarah, I actually met at UK Nationals last year. So I don't know if you remember, but I took my lucky headband. the one I made with the puzzle pieces stuck on. I took that to UK Nationals last year, and one of the pieces fell off. And Sarah messaged me and said, where I'm staying, I'm right next to a WH Smith, which is a stationery store, and I could bring you some glue. So she brought me some glue, and that's essentially how I met her. And she's been speed puzzling, and she does a lot of practice with Scarlet Sky, who's a YouTuber who you might have heard of. It turns out they actually don't live that far away from each other, so they practice together, and they're going to pair up at nationals. So I said to her ages ago, when I knew there was a Welsh competition coming, I was like, "Do you want to go? Do you want to pair up?" And she said, "Yeah, okay." And so that's what we did. And it was really nice puzzling with her. And then us two paired up with Lizzie and Claire, who are sisters, and we just went onto, Instagram and said we're looking for a pair for the Cardiff, and they said we're free, and we puzzled with them for the teams, and it was so much fun. It was just really fun. Lovely to meet them and just hang out with them. And then, of course, the solos was just me. The puzzles I found the puzzles tough. Um, there was, as Peggy said, there was a live stream, and you can go and watch it. It's on the UK JPA channel, YouTube channel, and I think they had like more camera people there, so they were able to show like three on screen at a time at points, and they were able to show like the top three. They had like captions and stuff, which was really great. And I did do a little bit of commentary at the end of the teams round. So if you want to go and listen to my commentary, you can fast forward to that bit, and that's where I'm doing it. I sat with Sarah SJ for a little while and Charlotte Kirby as well. And then Annika for a bit. She joined me for a wee bit. So that was fun. I do like doing the commentary. It's always fun. Um, right. Where do you belong? Don't know where that one belongs. Still shuffling away. Still shuffling away. There's a lot of others that are jumping out at me, like there's very sort of dark green background jumping out. I've not pulled them out though. Maybe I will start pulling them out. So yeah, so I never brought the teams puzzle back with me, but I brought the solos puzzle back, obviously, and I brought back the pairs puzzle. I think Sarah took the teams puzzle. And Sarah and I actually did some puzzle swapping as well. So I've got a wee haul to show you in that video when the time comes. Get working on that soon. I've already picked that one up. Oh, I've got a lot of the Keith Pairball ones. They're jumping out for some reason. This isn't a very efficient way of puzzling. It's pretty. I mean, you do miss a bunch on the first lap. But if you pull out enough to get started, I just find it a really relaxed way of puzzling, and I'm not particularly going for speed. There's no rush really with the live stream puzzles. I'm not sure about that one. So yeah, and it was just really fun, lovely atmosphere as these often are. And I actually saw um a blast from my personal past. A lady from that I knew when I was at school, in Nottingham. So I would have been like at high school, and she knew my mum. She worked with my mum, and I don't know, it was maybe about a year ago. I discovered that she'd got into speed puzzling, and found out she was going to Cardiff, so and she came running up to me and she was like, "Hi," she gave me a big hug. I was like, "Wow, that's crazy," and it was so lovely to see her. And I'll see her again at Nationals too. So that was really nice. I was like, "Oh, I've known this person for years." Um, it was really nice to see her. It's another example of puzzling, bringing folks together. Right. Okay, I'm going to stop shuffling for a minute and just read the chat. See what everybody's talking about. No taxis, a little bit of a walk from the bus. Not sure what that's in reference to, Gryffindor. Sorry if I've missed anything. Good morning, Steve. SS, how are you? Looking from work. Happy puzzling. And Claudia's lurking as well. Team lurking. I like that. A little nod to my arch nemesis, Clark Kent. Hello, Purple Cat, my favourite coloured cat. And Puzzling Peggy. Favourite villain. I'll be vanishing soon, but happy lurking to you. And you talked about Puzzle Camp during the commentary. Hope you recruited lots of people. I did. Yes, I did. I mentioned it, and I took the little business cards. And I was handing them out as surreptitiously as I could. There was a bit of a conflict of interest because obviously it was a Ravensburger event, and Puzzle Camp is more of an Educa event. So I couldn't go sort of putting it out on the tables and things, but I handed a bunch to Sarah, who's going to take them back to Norwich with her. And Scarlett sometimes has like puzzle socials, so she said I'll take some to that. So she took a bunch. Claire and Lizzie took some. I met a lovely lady called Abby who is Puzzle Sandwiches on Instagram, and she took a few as well because she got in touch with me. Um, she saw a post on Instagram about Puzzle Camp, and she was interested. So I gave her some cards. So I gave out as many as I could, but I was happy for the opportunity to be able to talk about it on the live stream and just put it out there. Hopefully, people will be interested in that, and I'm going to take several to this puzzle swap event in Glasgow that is not this weekend but next weekend. I spoke to the organizer, and she's all for me taking cards and spreading the word. So yes, I did. I mentioned it, and I was glad I did. It was also Sarah's birthday during the Cardiff Championship. I hope she had a good one. Yes, it was on the very day, on the Sunday. And I knew that as well. And then I got there and I've been talking to her and then I was like, oh, it's your birthday. Like, and so we had a big hug. I mentioned that on the live stream because she says, if I get anybody singing happy birthday to me or anything at any point, she says, I'm going to murder you. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. By all accounts, she did have a really good day. She said it was a good way to spend her birthday. And I mean, we all had a great time. We all got on really well, and it was just really nice. It was lovely puzzling with her. We did quite well too. We did quite well. I was pleased. I'm a little excited. My holidays have been approved for puzzle camp. Um, sorry, I got so excited there. I lost your comment. So we'll be busy booking flights and hotels now. Yeah. Yes, I'm so glad. That's amazing. Oh, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, Claire. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. I'm so excited. Um, it's a farming small town. Is that where your mum is? You're gonna have so much fun. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm always lurking. Hello, Mia. How are you? Both here and on Discord. Well, not now. Now you're chatting. I was saying it's a bus, then a train or bus, and then a bus. Oh, okay. So lots of different increments, and then a walk. And Mum said there are no taxis because it's too small of a town. Oh, I see. Gosh. Mind you, like, I mean, it always seems like a lot to me, but then again, Australia is so much bigger than the UK. I'm sure I will, SAS. So looking forward to meeting everyone in person. I'm so happy to hear that you're coming, Claire. That's brilliant news. Sorry for the delayed hi, Joker. Hello, Lex Luthor. I like how you're the Joker and Lex Luthor. At least they're both the same universe, aren't they? They're both DC, aren't they? um. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, let's talk about Puzzle Camp then, since the chat has just naturally moved over to it. Um. Yeah, the ball is rolling again with organising. I have started the sorting on a live stream, as you saw, but I have actually done more. I've done more off camera. Did a good bunch of handfuls, not last night, but the night before. Trying to do it just little and often. Although the cat being home doesn't make it easy to do it in the lounge. When the cat was still at the cattery, I was able to get all the puzzles out and sit on the couch, put the TV on, and just do it on the couch. But last night I was going to do it, but the cat was being so clingy. I think he was really glad to be home, and he was really cuddling up to me. Like he doesn't. I mean, he's always been an affectionate cat, but he doesn't usually like lean or sit on me. And he was yesterday. He did it several times. So I was like, "Do you know what? I'm not gonna do any sorting tonight. I'm just gonna let the cat just have his wee time, reacquainting himself, with me and with the flat. But yes, but my point being, I have started the sorting and I am continuing with it, and so the ball's rolling on that. Um, and starting the sort is actually making me feel buoyed for the next phase of sorting because I am spotting pieces that keep repeating. Ones I'm not collecting on the first phase, but I'm thinking I'll collect on the second phase. I really didn't know how many, with there being so many pieces, I didn't know how many were going to be obvious, how many were going to stand out. And I'm sure down the line when I'm doing the much later phases, um, it'll get trickier, but it's nice being able to see parts that I recognise. So that's going on. Sam and I are having lots of discussions about the logistics. We're trying to get together some costings so I can put up a GoFundMe to cover some of the costs for what we need. But it's just sort of sitting down and trying to figure out what we do actually need. Um, so we've been doing that. Think I mentioned on a previous live stream that I've heard back from Educa, which is brilliant. So I've got to get back in touch with them and talk about how they can support. Which is, I mean, I was so happy to hear back from them. Um, so that's great news. I'm back in touch with the hotel because I'm trying to find out the sizes of the tables they have because we're trying to figure out, what surface we can build the puzzle on because it likely won't be directly on the tables. There will likely be something sitting on top of the tables. So there's a lot. There's a lot. I've kind of been having puzzle camp thoughts coming out my ears. So I could do with starting to write some things down and get a bit more organized so I'm not forgetting things. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, it's that's exciting too. Um, just starting to get everything going. I'm so glad to hear you're coming, Claire. Um, I would like to very soon. I would like to get an idea of numbers. Both people that have already booked, but also people that are definitely coming but haven't booked yet. Um, and just get a rough idea of how many we can expect and on what days. Um, so that's kind of something that we're trying to figure out as well. But it is coming together. It's getting there, and I'm just so excited. So excited. Um, cannot wait. Really cannot wait. Um, right. Sorry, I'm just saying a lot. Still shuffling away. Still finding edges. I haven't worked on downtown for a bit because I've been away in Cardiff, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that as well. Um, like, you may have seen progress photos. I did put some up on YouTube and in the Discord. Um, but I've done the flags and the balloons and the ship sails. And then it sort of paused there, so I'm really looking forward to getting back to that and doing some more of that. And thank you so much everyone for hyping the video for the puzzle along. I've had like it's the views are going up nicely. Hyping really does make a big difference to the views on the videos because it got a bunch more. I've had a few more people join the Discord, I think, because of that. Um, so that's been really heartening as well that people are trying a big puzzle and doing it along with me. It's always so interesting with things like this. Um, Seeing how other people do it, and how they've got to sort of adjust for their own space restraints and adjust the way I do it to their own methods and stuff. And it's just so interesting. I've had long conversations on Discord about this, and I really do find it really interesting. And it's just so fun puzzling with people and supporting each other with it. When we're doing a puzzle that is perhaps a bit outside the comfort zone, and we can help each other. It's really great. That was really one of the main purposes of the Discord. So it's lovely to see it kind of doing what it was born to do. Uh, right. Okay, do you know what? I think I'm gonna start building, she said, and then finds a bunch more. Um, I'm gonna start building. I've got a bunch of piles here, so hopefully I can get some pieces together without too many gaps. All right, so what I've got here is edges. These are pieces with writing in. I know there's a lot more of those. That's not a very big pile. Um, this pile is mostly, I think, this cat here, the red and white one. This is like blue background. Now we have this one. I definitely have pieces of this cat, Roy Kittenstein. It says Roy, doesn't it? Yes. And then this one also has a blue background, the Vincent Cat Goff, but this has stars. So they've all just kind of been dumped in here, but I should be able to distinguish them relatively easily. And then I've got this pile, which I started to pull out latterly, which I think is mostly this Frida Kahlo. But there are some dark greens in the background of this one, so I might have some of Barbara Catworth in that pile as well. But again, it's quite small. This one is Keith Hairball down here. So let's get started. Maybe shall I do? I'll have a go at the edges. I don't know how easy they're going to be. They might be quite tough, but I'll have a go and see what I can see. I'm going to spread them out first of all. As I say, there are a bunch with writing on that will only go along the bottom. Um, so that's a distinguishing factor. You can also see the background colours with some of these. So it might not be as tough as it looks, but there is a white border which might make it a little trickier. We'll see how it goes, and if it's too tough, I'll just move on to something else. There's a corner. Got some greens here. Of course, the green is in the top left, so that's going to have the left-hand edge and the top edge involved. That's the corner of that. No. There. No, no, that doesn't go there. Okay. Patience, Vic. Flip them first. So eager to put them. Look at a seat now that two corners out of the three I've found are just pure white. You see this fine? Yep. Oopsie. It flicked. Got it. Many that are pure white though. So it might be fine. Okay, I'm gonna open my water. Wear many titles with pride. So you should. He did. Yeah, you can tell he did, bless him. I'm still planning on being at camp. Oh, I hope you can. Just waiting for some big life stuff to be completed before I can book tickets, etc. Yeah, I hope you can. I'll be so great to see you. Did you recruit some campers at Cardiff? I handed out cards and I mentioned it on the live stream. There was, as I say, there was one lady that came up and she asked me for info about it because she'd been in touch with me and then I met her at Cardiff. So yeah, she seems like she's up for coming. Like this is for me, Vicky. But I'm stubborn. Oh, afternoon, Bergdis. How are you? I'm working on the fish and I'm having so much fun. The puzzle is beautiful. I'm glad I was influenced to get it. Inspired. Inspired. I'm so glad you're having fun. And I don't know if Purple Cat, I don't know if you're still here, but you're doing amazing. You're doing so amazing. And because this is the biggest puzzle you've attempted so far, right? It's flying together. I'm sure you'll watch it back later if you're not here, but I think you're doing such a great job on that puzzle. What do the camp cards look like that you handed out? I'm curious. So they look the same, more or less, as. Now then, I don't know if I did it as a thumbnail. No, I don't think I did. Actually, I have a box of them right there. It's the box I took with me. 2 seconds. I did a graphic with this image on, and then Sam had it made out of the graphic. There we go. So it's got the puzzle, and then the dates, and then me, obviously, and then there's the Educa logo, and it says the Around the World 42,000 piece international puzzle along Stirling, Scotland. That's what the card looks like. And then on the back, there's a QR code, and that takes you to the video that I made about it. And it's got details can be found on my YouTube channel, Vicky Makes and Builds. It's got the link, Discord server, First Rule of Puzzle Club. And there's a really long hashtag at the bottom. So, yeah, the cards. So, Siobhan, are you coming to UK Nationals? If you are, I can give you some cards to take back. I'd like to give some out at UK Nationals as well. Good morning, Steve. Hi, Karen. Wishing so bad I could come to puzzle camp, but life isn't cooperating. Definitely planning to watch as much as possible. Love it. Yeah, it's nice. I never even thought to do business cards. That was Sam's idea, and they've come out really well. Um, will you get will you get made puzzle lid holders? Um, for puzzle camp, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I suppose for promotional purposes we could, but I don't know that they'd be much use during actual puzzle camp. You'd need an industrial sized puzzle lid holder for the for the around the world lid, wouldn't you? Huh? Yes, okay. I can take some and hand them out over here. Oh, that's brilliant, Siobhan. Thank you for that. That'd be great. I'll give you a bunch. And you can start spreading the word over in Ireland. But yeah, so I've sort of done as much of Wales as I can, and I'm gonna hand some out up here, and I'll hand a bunch out at UK Nationals as well. I'll give Donna Louise some. She can go and spread the word in New Zealand for me. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're gonna be there, so I'll hand you some. Thank you for that. Right, I'm just gonna attempt to do these green ones. They're relatively different enough heights and shapes and prong shapes to be able to put it together, I think. That's too short. There we go. That one, no, that does not go there. Goes there. Still not. That must go there. That doesn't. That goes in there. That one does though. There's every chance I might not have all the edge pieces out because of the nature of the shuffle. Um, it's not particularly accurate, although I'm doing pretty good so far. Don't think that goes there. Let's see. Oh, it does. Right. So then that one. Oh, I'm missing one. Unless I've got some pieces in wrong here, but I don't think I have. I think I'm missing one there. But that's okay. That's the top left corner. Uh, right, let's see if I can figure out some of this writing. So, on the left, we've got Salvador Catley. I can see Keith there. That says Sal. Vador, there we go. Mm, I mean, I'm willing to bet the word cat comes up quite a lot, so it might not be quite as easy to find. There we go, Salvador Catley. Got that one. And then there's Vincent Catgoff. Woohoo! Right, so there's obviously white pieces between these. Although I may have um May have some blue in that one. That I suspect might just be white. Don't know. Don't know, but that's fine. I don't necessarily need to find it yet. Oh, no, it's not that one. It's not that one. Oh, oh, there we go. Found it. Yay! Okay, so next one along is Gusgat Klimt. Oh, the names. So funny. No, I've got Klimt. There's Gusgat. Oh dear. And then it's Keith Hairball. I've got Keith there. Um, that looks like Paul Airball. Keith Hairball. There we go. And then there's one more. Helen Frankenclaw. Claw. Yeah, that's not writing. But it isn't the edge. Um, right. I'm missing most of Helen, but I think that's really good. I thought I'd be missing more than that, but I wasn't. That's good. Um, Now then, got some pink. That'll be Pablo Picasso on the left. I think there might be a mini of Pablo Picasso, but I don't think I have that one. That's a different shade of pink, but there's a few of those gone in. So let's see what I can see here. No. Yes. There. I'm just going to test the length of that against the green one. Yeah, that's the same length. And that, I believe, fits there. So I'm getting that left side together, which is nice. I've got the bottom here. Then the next cat down on the left-hand side is like a bright green. It's almost like a yellowish green. Don't have quite as many of those pulled out. No, that's the bottom corner. There we go. That's no, that's not right. Right. So they would go there. Oh, there's one. Uh, right, so let's just see. Uh, no, I think I've got some wrong in here. Hang on. No, no, I didn't. I don't know now. I think that goes there. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm missing one from this. Just that one there. And then there's a linking piece here, which actually I found it. There we go. So I'm missing one from there. But that would be that side done. And then these go along the bottom. Might be able to find the linking pieces because they're quite tall. There we are. There's that one. So any sort of tall white pieces, I might be able to connect them up. Of course, there's no guarantee I have them all. There's the bottom right corner. So let's see what else I can put together. No, silly person. Right, that one goes along the top. It's the third one along, which is Kitagawa Hiroshiga. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Um, and I've got a bunch of yellows. That one is the second one along from this one. Um, I don't know if there's the connecting piece there. Doesn't look like it. That one would go roughly there. That looks like a climped one. And so does that. There we go. Oh, that goes at the top. That one belongs to Hilma Af Kitty. Um, few pieces missing from that one as well. Right, that would go there. I think that might fit in there. And then it's Hilma Af Kitty. And then it's Roy Kittenstein. I think is mostly these pieces. Um, there's a speech bubble that sort of blends into the border. Um, so that is probably going to look like a white piece. That goes, oh, that goes down the side. Second row down, that one is Rene Meow Greet. What does that belong to? That's a really light pink. I think that might be Helen Frankenclaw. Uh, yeah. Oh, oh, it's very slightly off white. Hard to tell. That speech bubble. Okay, that doesn't go there, but that belongs with that. That goes up there. That's really light pink again. And that's like a peachy colour that the pink blends into. And then what we have here is a lot of white pieces. Okay, and we're missing some blue. Fair amount of blue, actually. Um, and then these are all my white ones. So I've not been good with the edge. It's quite bitty still. It's getting there. Card looks great. To sell in your shop because we need to buy them for our puzzle lids. And having a VMB one we could buy. Ah, yeah, the only thing is I can't. My merch store don't make those, if you see what I mean. I'm sort of limited by what they actually make. I don't know how I'd go about getting one made and sold. I'd have to have a set. I think I'd have to have a separate store, or at least a more niche one. But that I would have to look into. Maybe you can persuade Donna Louise to come to Puzzle Camp while she is there. I'll do my best. It's not got a great track record with Educa though, has she? My dream is to have a Vicky puzzle. Oh, I would love to create a Vicky puzzle. I just don't know what to create. There is that one that I talked about ages ago, which would be a photograph. So I suppose technically I could do that. But when it comes to any ideas I've got with regard to drawing, I don't know how I would do it because I'm not a good enough artist to be able to create puzzle worthy stuff. It'd be great if I could just, have a company do it with me like Donna Louise did. But I guess it's yeah, it's persuading somebody to do that, isn't it? It's nice of you to have a party for the US's 250th birthday on July 4th. Yes, that's true. It is July 4th, that it starts. It would be so amazing, Clark. I know, I would love to. But again, I wouldn't be able to, I'd have to have a website to sell that stuff. I wouldn't be able to sell puzzles on my merch store. That's really for mostly clothing. They do some other things like mouse mats and bags and stuff, cushions, but that's sort of limited to what that company that I use makes. I think I'd have to do like what Demelza Horton has done and have a website or something. But I would love to. I just don't know where to start really. Donna Louise will be at the US Nationals at the end of March. Send her some cards for that as well. I suppose I could send some. I could post her some. I wonder if she would take them. I'll have a chat with her. I'll have a chat with her. Clark, what kind of puzzle do you think she would make? Vicky has talked about a photo of some table games. Yes. Love the names on this puzzle. I know, it's so funny, isn't it? Afternoon, Philip. How are you? Sounds good, Karen. And yes, I have a few favourites. Did anyone remind Vicky to switch top chat to all chat? Yes. Yeah, I did get that reminder. And it is switched to live chat on both devices. So thank you. Thank you for that. Randomly, I was last night I was in bed and I was sort of thinking, as you do when you're lying in bed. And I was like, oh, I need to remember to put it on live chat. But I remember to do these things at the stupidest times. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I will. I did actually think to myself, the guaranteed I'm going to forget this when I actually go live. But somebody did remind me, so I'm glad about that. What a shame. Probably a 3D printer, Vicky. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Probably would have to do that, yeah. Karen puzzles aren't drawings. Oh, yeah, well, this is true. Two of them are photos. The other one is a digitally rendered thing. That meta puzzle, that must have been digitally rendered. But Ravensburger would have presumably done that for her. The other ones, yes, they were photos. And that idea I had about table games, um that would be a photo. And I do have an idea about that. um but the other idea I had would definitely be an illustration. We need the Vicky puzzle for Puzzle Camp. Yeah, I'll try. I'll try. The thing is, though, if I'm going to do that, I would not want it to be a rush job. I'd want it to be, good, good. Not that I would deliberately do a rush job, but I wouldn't sort of rush it just to get it out for Puzzle Camp and then the quality not be as good as a result, if that makes sense. The thing that slightly makes me hesitant. There is a company that will print your puzzles for you, and that is the Great British Jigsaws, and that's the same people that do Demels's. And they're pretty good quality, but I'm not ever so keen on the cut. It's a ribbon cut. So I keep thinking, would I want my puzzle to be ribbon cut? Does that sound silly? Um, I don't know, like I would want in my puzzle everything that I'd be looking for in a puzzle. Do you know what I mean? Rather than be limited by a certain cut or standard, if that makes sense. Like, and again, they're nice quality puzzles, don't get me wrong. It's just not my preferred type of cut. So, but and then I suppose there must be other companies. So these are all thoughts I've had as well. Right, I'm going to put these up here. Um, that attaches. That doesn't attach yet. Uh, that will go there somewhere. And yeah, I'm just going to leave those there because I'm not entirely sure where they go. Let's have a go at. You know what? I might do this one. It's very obvious which cats these are, and it may well be that this blue background cat, Roy Kittenstein, will help gel the edge together a bit until I can actually get the edges in. So all these ones with the blue background with stars and also the orange cat, I can put over here because they belong to Vincent Catgoff. That is the word meow. That says that's the end of the word Kittenstein. Um, that's one of the Vincent Catgoff ones. The spotty cat is most definitely Roy Kittenstein. Uh, what is that? Oh, right, okay, that's the top. That's the bottom of the H in Barbara Catworth. That was throwing me a bit there. Do you know, sometimes I keep getting the Disney Museum in mind with these spotty pieces. The Minnie Mouse and the Sleeping Beauty art on that puzzle had these spots. It keeps making me think of it. Right, that's Vincent Catgall. That has got blue in it, but it actually belongs to Pablo Picasso. So I'll pop that over there. There we go. Meow. It says meow, meow. And then it says meow twice, but one has more O's in it. That's Vincent. That's Vincent. 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 And there's the Roy. I've just got the top of Roy there. I seem to have quite a lot of Vincent. Those I'm not sure about. Vincent's an ever so slightly lighter blue, but it's not that easy to distinguish when you're just looking at blue. It's not that different, if you see what I mean. Right, and there's kitten. So there's a bit I'm missing there. There's another bit of meow. Uh, there, because there. I might have some of that writing in here. It's the only cat that has a speech bubble. So there might. Oh, there we go. Is that? Wait. That's got an A in it though. Meow doesn't have an A in it. I don't know about that. I'm just looking to see if I can maybe link them. Probably was Jasper. Comes home. First thing he talks about food. Because kids are perpetually hungry, apparently. Right, I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, that might be. Hang on. No. No. Okay, not to worry. It's not a problem. But that does go up there. And then there's yellow in the cat's ears. So that goes there. No, goes there. So that's a nice wee way I can get started. Its nose is also yellow. There. Gosh. There we go. Well, that at least attaches that. Then that's its eye. One of them. There. And that's its other eye. Woo! Well, that's going well. Look at that. We've got a face. We've got a cat face. Mm, Hmm. So that is the edge of its head. Can't quite fit that one in yet. There we go. So can I attach that? No. Ah, no, I can't. So there's a row of blue then. There. Maybe I have those. Let's see. No. Oh, yes. No, I don't think that's right. It might go there. Uh, oh wait, that goes there. That goes there. I've got a few missing there. I don't, but I only have. Oh, there's that. There we go. Yay! Okay, that's good. That doesn't. Oh, it does go in there. Oh no, I didn't try that one. That one, I was trying that one. Right, okay, and then that is there. And then it's entirely possible that I have. No, I don't have that one. Might have that one though. Do I? No, I don't. Ah, okay. All right. Well, there's still some missing from that one, but look, that's good. That's nice. That goes like that, I think. I may have some that go down here. Let's see. I don't think that one does. Does that one? That looks like it. Does that one go there? Yes, it does. All right. Uh, oh, good. That attaches that. No, that's not right. That goes there. Goes there. And they, I think, well, that goes in there. They belong to Catgoff, I think. Yes, that is nice for a shuffle. I'm pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Oh, are you off to bed, Claire? Good night. I think you can also pronounce it Van Gogh too. Yeah, I know some parts of the world pronounce it Van Gogh, don't they? I've always pronounced it Van Gogh and like an F, and then um sort of like a Scottish kind of. Don't forget to hit like. Thank you, Sonia. Sonia, yeah, I've always been Team Van Gogh, but that might be the German language influence. So are cats and dogs. I take it there's been a conversation about how I pronounce Vincent van Gogh. Um, does Educa have any Scottish themed puzzles? Wondering if they would continue to, if they would contribute to the pile Sam is collecting. Very possibly, I don't know. Uh, I was wondering about that, possible puzzles they could provide. I thought it might be cool if they sent some of the mini me's. I know they're not Scottish, but they're themed to the puzzle that we're doing, aren't they? Excuse me, sorry. That's my water. My sparkling water. Is there still a town/place called Goch? I have no idea. I personally say Van Gogh, though I think there is no real right or wrong way to pronounce it. It comes down to your own way of saying it. I do too, Philip. It's the way I learned at art school. Did manage to find an educator that would qualify as Scottish. Think we've about 50 puzzles now for the library. Yes, I think I know the one you mean, Sam. I don't know if they have any others that are very obviously Scotland. Maybe. Maybe. They have so many, don't they? So it's hard to say. Many things are pronounced differently between countries. Yep, very true. The differences are always interesting. So many missing edge pieces. If that was me, I'd be hunting for them. Yeah, it's because I shuffled. It's because I shuffled, Philip. I knew that would be the case. I pronounce it Van Gogh, Sweden. Oh, right, okay. So the V is like an F. I was listening to something yesterday, and the British woman said necklace as necklace. Yeah, necklace. I actually say necklace, but I do say necklace sometimes. That varies with me. I find the more I'm exposed to different ways of saying things, sometimes it becomes a bit hybridized, and I say both. Um, the V is definitely pronounced as F. Okay. Sure to like the stream, everyone. Thank you, Bergdays. I appreciate that. Hello, Krista. How are you? Hello. Glad to catch you live. I've been binging your past streams and almost forgot to tune in now. Oh, thanks for watching those. And welcome. Glad you're here. I just looked at the Happily Puzzle site. Cute puzzles. There seems to be a gap between 99 pieces and 1,000. There are no puzzles in the middle. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I thought they did a 500, but maybe they don't actually. Um, yeah, they do a lot of thousands. The mini-me's would be good. I'm planning to do mine during that time. Yeah, I think that because they've got what, four of them? I don't know. What have they got? They've got Europe, they've got Asia and North America. Is there another one? But like they'd be cool as the like maybe giveaway puzzles or puzzles to have there. Um, I haven't spoken to them about quite how we can collaborate yet, but I do intend to talk to them about that and see. I'm still coming up with ideas. He's my favourite artist. Starry Night is my all-time favourite painting. Not easy to puzzle though, that one, by all accounts. I haven't tried, but apparently it's hard to puzzle. Sam, that's awesome. Would it be possible to share some on Discord so those of us puzzling at home could get a few? I'll let you. You're sort of dealing with all of that, the Scottish puzzle side of things. I have one that I'm going to contribute. I've got Puffinry. There's an Elsa Black puzzle, 500 pieces, Ravensburger. Um, but and it's meant to be like a Scottish scene. But that's the only one so far that I'm contributing. So I'll leave that one with you, Sam. Who has watched the Doctor Who episode that Vincent is in? Yes, loved it. Vincent and the Doctor. Wait, well, which Doctor are we talking about? If it's more recent, then I won't have seen it. My daughter was lucky enough to meet Matt Smith. She's got a photo with him as well. Oh, yay! That's fun. I have Philip many times. One of my favourite Matt episodes, Griffin Dork. It's the crossover we didn't know we needed. Oh well, if it's Matt Smith, I've not seen any of those where he's the Doctor. Not for any particular reason. I just sort of kind of just stopped after David Tennant. Right, these belong, I think, to that cat up there. I've just pulled out the Keith hairball for now. That's its hot collar. I don't know if I have all of them though. That I think belongs to Basky Cat up there. Oh, there's another bit of its hot collar. And there's another bit. Yay! I have a heart. Right, and I don't think I have much of the cat itself. I just have a lot of background here. I'm not even certain I'll be able to, like, it's because it's all white lines, it's quite hard to fathom how they go. Right, hang on. That goes, wait, yeah, that goes there. I don't know if I've got, I have, there we go, I've got that bit. Right, that's the top of its head. Can't attach that yet, though. That's, oh, more of the top of its head there. So I'm getting a rough outline of the cat. Uh, right. Um, ooh, this isn't easy. Might have to come back to this. Oh, okay, so there's like a spotty area at the bottom, which I've just found a bit of there. Uh, I think that I think that goes up there. It's like the corner of um the rectangle that it's sitting in. Ah, okay. Maybe goes that side. Nope. I'm using transitions here to get my bearings because I'm not like these pieces aren't jumping out really at the moment. Oh, right, that's another bit of the bottom, and so is that. I still haven't found a four ins and a four outs. That belongs up there. It's not right. It's not thingy. What's his name? Keith Airball. Keith Airball. Uh, Again, I think that belongs up there. Ah, where do you belong? I don't know which way round it goes. All these cats are in like different orientations, so that makes it a bit more tricky to figure it out. Nope. Mm, oh, okay, that goes there. And that doesn't go there. Oh, hang on. Okay, this might be a lost cause. I think I might have come back to this. Oh, that fits in. And that fits in. It doesn't. Nope. I don't think that goes there. Okay. Um, well, this is sort of coming together, but it's a little bit tough to figure out. Um, and this one's throwing me. So I'm going to come back to this, but I've made a start on Keith Hairball. So maybe I'll do this red one next. Mm, which is mostly going to be Yayoi Katsama. That one isn't. That one belongs to this one in this corner. Um, but hopefully I've got quite a lot of Yayoi because it was quite a distinctive pattern and colour to spot. Those are sort of facial features that I'm seeing. See if I can find any more of those. There's an eye. There we go. So then that's the right eye. I've got some whiskers. No. There. That's it. That's those whiskers. That's its nose. That doesn't go there. It goes there. I was really hoping I'd found that piece there, but I haven't. Another whisker. Oh, there we go. That attaches those. Found that one. So that's good. There's a little bit of its eye. So we've got face. Another face. 11th. What's the 11th? Watched it many times and it still makes me tear up. Tempted to attend a UK event on the 4th of July, then make my way to Stirling. What's the UK event? Definitely come, Burgess. That'll be brilliant. It's the 11th. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, got you. I thought we were talking about a date. He's the 11th Doctor. Yeah. I didn't have much time after Jodie's first season. Right. Was that one of the companions? I'll try and get a photo of them all at some point. They're currently stored in a dozen tubs waiting for me to finish with the 21k sorting. Completely finish or just finish your first phase? We'll post a photo in Discord. I know what you mean, Sybil. Excellent episode. We just need to find the ultimate Ginge? Does that say Ginge? Yeah, the ultimate Ging. Forgot about that. What does that mean? don't know what that means. I cry every time I watch Vincent and the Doctor. The actor who played Vincent was absolutely amazing. Oh gosh, this sounds like a classic episode. I'm aware of 4 mini-me's for the 42K. 2K Europe, 1.5K Asia, 1.5K North America, and 1K Miniature Europe. Have copies of them all for the puzzle library. Oh, great! Yeah, aye, the mini one. I didn't know about that until I think it was you that mentioned it to me. I agree, he did an amazing job. It also starred Bill Nye. All right. Oh well, there we go. I'll have to give that a watch. Hope my daughter has been taking photos while doing the puzzle. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. After David. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was him after David Tennant, but I never watched it after that. Creator meetup. No location announced yet. Oh, I see. Be handy if it was Scotland. Ginger's a version of ginger or redhead. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I've heard the word, but I'm not really sure what it's got to do with Doctor Who. Was planning on finishing the macro phases, possibly 3, before going back to library puzzles. Right, okay. Three macro phases. Yeah, oh gosh, the first one's taking me forever. It like I do a load and it just feels like the pile hasn't moved. It's kind of weird. Ugh. Okay. I was doing this red cat. So let's carry on with the red cat. Uh, so we've got loads of wee spots. That's the top of its head. There we go. And then it's got a pair of ears. There. I keep getting them on the wrong side. And then the background also has spots, so that's a um little bit confusing. Right, I think that belongs at the bottom, and that's the bottom on the other side. That's its left ear. Okay, I think that belongs up there again. That goes along the bottom. That goes along the bottom. So does that. Okay, a lot of the bottom ones on this, so that's good. There we go. There. I don't know if that's. It doesn't look quite long enough. Could be wrong. Oh well, this is going well. I think that belongs up there. It looks a little bit dark to be. And that is this one. Is in there. I did see some of the reds, but I wasn't entirely sure what they belonged to. I think that's the ear of that one. Uh, yes, it is. There we go. Well, I found a lot of this one, so that's good. It was the first one that jumped out at me, though, I have to say. Um, Right, I think that goes on this side. Maybe. Wait. No, it goes that side. It's definitely the edge anyway of the cat. And then this one is a corner. Um, that's the right side. A little bit more tricky to figure out with these spots. Uh, no. Did you go there? Yes, you do. And you go there. And you go there. And you go there. Right. That is Brill. It goes bang in the middle. Right there. I think that sits there. I wonder if I can find um Keith Hairballs getting in the way a bit here. I wonder if I can find any of the Yayoi Katsama writing. Wait, that doesn't go there. That goes there. Where does this go then? Oh, that goes there. Well, that's not this cat, but that is the cat above it. Um, no, I think that's the Basque cat. I think that is too. Oh, that's this one. Roy Kittenstein. There's a wee spot in that piece. So, let's see if I can find. What's the one underneath? Green. There we go. Yayoi there. Cat Sama. That's a 2 in 2 out on adjacent. Sorry, it's not. It's a 3-ins 1 out. Um, Cat Sama. Have I got that? No, it's not that one. Not that one. I can't really see a colour to give me a clue in this one, so I'm just trying a bunch. Might not have it out. I don't think I do. But still, that's pretty good going. Yeah, that's pretty good going. So that one's in the middle anyway. 1 already, my goodness. Vincent and Amy would have a baby with very red hair because they're both redheads. Oh, I see. So they've got to find a ginger that would suit that pairing. Is that what you mean? Ginge. He always asked to be. He always asked, "Is he a ginger yet?" He always wanted to be a ginger. Oh, right. Vincent was flirting with Amy Pond. There was a line about their child being the ultimate ginger. Oh, right, okay. I'm sure I probably would have understood it if I'd seen the episode. I just couldn't. I was like, what's it got to do with gingers? Nothing wrong with that Griffin Dog. Sounds like a good excuse to watch it. Makes me want to watch it again. It's making me want to watch it now. Might have to watch it myself. My wife won't need much to watch it. Until I get some, I have to find out streaming services in Australia. Your cat's hugging the puzzle. BBC iPlayer would be the best place, then DVD/Blu-ray. Tom was the fourth. Yeah, I know who they all are up to like David Tennant, but not beyond. So I used to be with a guy that was obsessed with Doctor Who. They call themselves Whovians. And so I became very familiar with um all the Doctors. But at the time, they hadn't brought out any new seasons. There was only the first seven, I think. I always forget the name of the first one, but I know the second one was Patrick Troughton and then John Pertwee and then Tom Baker. And then Keita Davison, I think, and then Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy. Have I got that right? I think that's right. It's been a long time. Anyway, um, yeah. So he had like VHS tapes with all the episodes. Um, and I knew, there were a bunch that had got lost. There were episodes that didn't exist anymore. People would find them and they'd make them. Like I got quite sort of into it with him, but he really was the fan. And then when they brought out the new series with Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper, we watched that and we watched David Tennant, and then after that, I just never carried on. And I'm not with that chap anymore. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm sort of quite familiar with the early Doctors, but not with the any of the others. William Hartnell, that's the first Doctor. I always forget his name for some reason. Um, Stop watching after Tom Baker. Hello, Thomas. How are you? My daughter also met Alex Kingston. She could have met Karen, but it would cost a lot. Oh, okay. Thanks for all your sorting of the around the world. I have a special appreciation since I've been sorting my 6K section. Yeah, it's actually, I'm getting into a flow with it. Sam's further along than me, but I am getting into a flow with it. Same, but I went back and watched the very first Doctor, William Hartnell. Yes, David's Doctor wanted to be Ginger. David Tennant. I love Peter Capaldi's Doctor, 12th. He is very good looking as well. They animated a few episodes they could only find the sound reel for. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Um, it was like a treasure hunt. Like that was what really interested me. So somebody would just, turn up and say they'd found an old, VHS in their attic or something, and it'd be like, oh, it's got the 16th episode of Day of the what I don't know, what I can't remember any of the names, Cybermen something or other, and and he would, my partner at the time, he would get so excited. Found such a thing. I'm gonna buy it, and it's almost complete. Like, because there'd be series of episodes that like make up one story, and there might be one with 16, but they'd only have like so 1, 7, 9, and 12 or something, and all the others had been deleted and lost. Oh, it's just such a shame. Um, David's father-in-law, Peter Davison. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. You've got a few. Karen gets that Marvel money now. Oh, is that Karen Gillan? Was she a companion? Is that who you mean? I assume you mean the woman who plays Nebula. I've watched since Christopher, seen a few old episodes. I just tend to end up laughing at them a little too much. Oh yeah, because it's hilarious. Because they're so old. It's been around for years. Um, and it's funny. It's funny seeing the. It's funny seeing the how they did all the monsters and stuff. 'Cause obviously technology's come on a lot since then. And the first companion died last year. Almost made it to 100. Wow. Goodness me. What a good age. Right, okay. I'm now going to work on Vincent Cat Goch Do Goth. I don't need to say fan or van because it's cat in this puzzle, so. Right. We've got a nose, some whiskers. It's only got one ear, this cat, of course. So, got the top of that ear. The figure's there, that's the bottom of it. You can just see that's the top of its head because it sort of suddenly goes around the corner. Um, there we go. Oh, excuse me. Nope. Right, well, it's holding sunflowers, of course, as well, so that adds an element of trickiness because there are different colours in it. I was pulling out blue more than I was orange. So that again has made it a bit trickier because I don't have much of the actual cat. I'm thinking it might go something like that. With that bit? Yes. Okay, so that attaches. And there. Okay, that's good. So I've got some of the top of its head. I just don't have much of its actual body. Because I mostly went for blue. Um, alright, no, that doesn't belong there. Does that go there? Nope. Does it go there? Yes, it does. That's good. Okay, well, that might have to be something I look out on my next shuffle because I feel like they're going to stand out. There we go. No, let's look at that. I'm not sure where that goes then. Oh, it goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Yes. And that sits there. I can't attach that yet. There. Now I can. That's good. And that's a little bit of writing in the cat above, which is um Barbara Catworth. Uh, no, there's a bit of Barbara. Don't think I have that one out. But that's a few more in anyway. And then if I can figure out these stars, that might help. Think that might go there, possibly. Oh no, it doesn't. It goes there. There we go. When you can see the neighbor, like the colours in the neighbouring cat, that helps. That I think might go there, possibly. Or maybe not actually. No, it goes there. Can I find that bit? Do I have it? Let's see. Yes. And that bit goes there. That's good, that attaches. See if I can attach this bit. No. No. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So do you go there? Looks like it. And you go there. Oh, I did well with the blue pieces. Oh, we need to fill in the actual cat on that one. So I'm thinking it might not be worth doing a shuffle yet because we're almost coming to the end of this stream. I might as well try and get perhaps these pieces together because apart from the writing, that's really the last pile. Um, so um, sorry, I'm just spotting these. No, I've got that one in though. Apart from the writing, that's part, but the writing's sort of going in gradually depending on what cat I'm working on. Well, let's see if I can get a few of these green background pieces in, and then I'll stop for the day. It's wearing like a headdress. Oh, that's this cat down here. That's Renee Meow Greet. And that is Barbara Catworth. So that belongs with this. Um, that's a bit of the headdress. No. Ah, that's good. There's flowers in the background of this. So that's what I'm spotting mostly. Oh, there's an edge piece there. I don't know how that migrated. That goes along the bottom. That's a bit too dark to be this, so I think that belongs with Barbara Catworth. And that belongs with this one over here. Don't think I can get those together yet, but okay, well that's coming together nicely. Maybe I can attach this edge at some point. No, no, I think that's right. No, it doesn't go there. I think that belongs in here. That does. Right, hang on. I've got something wrong here. Doesn't go there. That goes there. Does that go there? I don't think that goes there either. So that one's bamboozling me a bit. Does it go there? It does. Right, okay. Maybe that does go there. That goes there, I think. Um, that one, I'm not certain yet. And that one goes down here. Right. I'm not sure about that one. Okay. So I think that's about right for this cat. But I've only really got background pieces, so that's kind of it's tough to figure out. But does that go there? Looks a bit wobbly for that one. That doesn't fit in either. So okay. So I think that might be a good place to stop because I've done a shuffle and I've put together or attempted to put together all the piles I had. Keith Hairball is a bit bitty. I was just finding the background tough to do on him. But I've got sort of some of the outline of that cat, and I've got some at Little Islands together. I'm just not quite sure how they fit in. But the pattern on Keith Hairball's a bit hard to figure out. I think that goes that way, somewhere like that. And then these ones, I don't know how they slot in. I think that goes around there somewhere. And then these ones, who knows? Who knows? That goes at the top somewhere. That's a bit of poor key, poor clee. Um, so there we go. What do you think? Not bad going for a first week. It's a bit messy. These are just all the writing pieces, and I've got some missing edges. Um, that belongs with this cat, this one, but I don't have enough really to start putting that together yet. So I'll tidy these up a bit ready for next week, but I don't think that's bad going. For a shuffle, I think that's pretty good. The trouble with Billy Piper is still the song because we want to. Yeah, I know. I know. It's hard not to think of that when you see her. But she just does acting now, doesn't she? Who's Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer? He lost the right to that dog show. All right. Who did? Caesar Milan. Sorry, missed some of the chat there. Had to pop out for a little walk to put the baby down for a nap. It was more of a workout than intended because it's been snowing quite a lot and the roads weren't ploughed yet. Oh, goodness. Got some good exercise there then. Oh, is the baby asleep then now? Glad you're back safe and sound. I know. Bamboozled. What a great word. Yeah, it is a good word, isn't it? Bamboozled. One more hour and the puzzle would be done. Yeah, probably. I don't know, maybe. I'm glad I'm shuffling it. I think if I sorted it, it would go by too quick. But it's coming together nicely. Thanks for the live stream today. I'm glad it worked out to do it today. Yeah, me too. I didn't really want to have to miss it, but they did the bathroom really quick, so thankful for that. Press like everyone. Thank you, Clark. It was great seeing you all and watching Vicky puzzle. You too. Looking good, very cute. It's all good. Great progress today. Enjoyed the puzzling and the conversation. Yeah. Oh, I always love the live streams. It's good fun. All right, so I'll be back with this one next week then, and I'll just do another shuffle. Probably pull out any of the ones I've started, but also we'll probably go for the orange pieces in Vincent, and then whatever else draws my attention. See there's a couple of Vincent, but I'll avoid doing that just now. There's another one of this. There. I'll avoid doing that just now. And I'll have a shuffle next week and do a few more until it's done. Don't know if it'll be a 2 or a 3 week one, this one, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm not in any hurry. But I do hope you've enjoyed it today. Not sure what I've got coming up this week. It's been a busy week, so I've not had a great deal of time to edit. I've been doing a lot of kind of housey stuff. You know, when you come back from a trip and you've got all the washing to do and stuff like that. And obviously, the bathroom being done means there's been some cleaning I've needed to do. So I've not had a great deal of chance to do much video editing, but I'll get back working on downtown and the Cardiff video and things, and hopefully get those out to you soon. But I will be back on Saturday with the 6 portals for sure. And I'll be back next week with this, and I'll keep you posted about all things Puzzle Camp. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. So thank you so much, everyone. Keep hyping the videos, and I will see you Saturday. I'll see you Saturday for the 6 portals live stream. Thanks so much, everyone. Happy puzzling to you all. Bye.